Hey everybody, I decided to go ahead and make a video. Um, I don't want to say a lot's been happening, but there's been little things here and there that I thought I'd do, like a little update. Um, I was put on Ritalin and a higher dose of trazodone, which trazodone makes you extremely tired, and it's supposed to help out with anxiety. And the nurse that put me on that one and also the Ritalin a while back, um, she said the Ritalin was for depression, but since I was like on the raised dose and I was on the Ritalin, it was just terrible. I mean, it was just horror. I hated it. Um, the trazodone was making me like really nauseous and feeling like I was gonna vomit. Um, and the Ritalin, uh, it made me stay awake and stuff, like throughout the day. It was like the Ritalin made me stay awake throughout the day. The trazodone made me fall asleep during the night. But whenever I'd wake up the next morning, the trazodone was still in my system, and then I'd feel just nauseous and disgusting at work. And I wound up having a lot more seizures, which really, really, really bummed me out. You know, I would go like a day or two without having one, and then they skyrocketed to like 8 and 9 a day, and they were sorry, my thing's gone off, but they would skyrocket to like 8 and 9 a day, and I'd wind up having to like go home early. Not a whole bunch, but like it did happen, and so that was a big downer. But the depression's gotten worse. I really haven't told many people about it just because, you know, I keep most of my stories for YouTube and the people that are like helping me out and going through the same thing. But I don't know. I'm just like at a loss of like what I'm supposed to do next. I've got an appointment coming up on the 14th with my nurse practitioner, and then at the end of the month, I've got one with my neurologist. My neurologist is not going to be happy because he's going to see the amount of seizures that I've had in my journal that I have to keep for him. And it was hell trying to get off these medicines. She told me, you know, if you don't like what's going on, then please call us. I was calling every day for about 3 to 4 days, and nobody was getting back with me. Or if I did talk to them, then they were like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, we can't take you off of it. Your nurse practitioner has to do it. So I was thinking, okay, well, why don't you have the nurse practitioner call me then? Because I don't have a direct number to her and they wouldn't give it to me. So the last day, I wound up calling my neurologist and I was like, look, the nurse practitioner put me on this stuff. I'm having horrible, horrible side effects, more seizures, and they were really, really upset. The assistant wound up saying, okay, well, give me the number over there and I'm going to raise some hell. I mean, that was her exact word. She said, I'm about to call over there and I'm about to raise some hell, um, which was wonderful. I'm so thankful for. She called me, the nurse practitioner's office called me and said, it was within 10 minutes. They had another assistant over there and they said, okay, well, if I were you, I'd go ahead and get off of the Ritalin and I'd take one less pill of the trazodone, which is what I decided to do. And coming off of it was just, I mean, headaches really bad, still having the nausea, and it made me so angry. I mean, really, really angry. For some reason, I just wanted to go like, I don't know if it was like while I was on it or like coming off of it, but for a while there, I was just so angry and so emotional, just wanting to go through and like claw down my hallway with my fingernails. And, you know, I'd have little crying fits here and there, which I never really showed anybody except for one person. But, you know, I try to hold it all in, which I know probably isn't good, but I don't want to sit there and be like negative Nancy all the time. But I don't know what else to do. Like, I really don't. Suicidal tendencies have come back like full force. It's been scaring the crap out of me. especially like today, like when my days are off. My off days are really, really hard because, I can't go anywhere or anything like that. But, so kind of stuck. But I've decided to go ahead and try and ask my doctor again about surgery. I've talked to my mother about it, and she was just like, Amanda, he's going to tell you not to do it because of the location. It's over here in the left temporal lobe, and, it affects speech and everything like that. Memory, um, motor skills. So I figured I could go ahead and get the gritting done. I think that's what it is, the gritting or the WADA test. I can't remember. Where they open up your brain, or they open up your skull or whatever, and then, you're awake and they sit there and touch different parts of your brain to make sure that if you got the surgery, um, certain parts wouldn't be affected, like your speech wouldn't be affected or things like that. Now, I've done research and I've talked to a couple people. One of my friends, David's Epilepsy, he's got a blog and he also has a YouTube page. And I've seen the struggle that he's had to go through. At first, it worked out great for him. And then everything started coming back like full force. And he's just had trouble, um, finding words, things like that. And it's 50-50. I just don't know what to do. I don't know whether, not to get it. It's a huge, huge decision to make. And I don't know. I mean, if my doctor says no, then, I mean, I could always get a second opinion, but I really, really trust my doctor. He's really good, and I know he wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction. But I figured I'd go ahead and maybe just try again, see if I could just at least get the test to see what would happen. I figured, hey, I don't know, maybe, but, I don't know. If any of you else are like, contemplating it, I'd like to hear your feedback on, what you're struggling with, like, what you're scared of, and maybe some also positive things that you're thinking too. But I had to vent this morning just because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. The days that I work, it isn't too bad. I don't really think about it too much unless I wind up, starting to have a seizure. And then, of course, it's right back there again, and I start getting pissed off because I'm like, I don't want to be doing this here at work. I really, really don't. I've got wonderful coworkers that, look after me, but I don't want anybody worrying. I do not. And it bothers me whenever they see me have one. And, I don't know. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old, but it never gets easier. And, it does get embarrassing. I mean, even if you've dealt with it for a long time, it's still embarrassing. And when you come out of it, of course, you know that you're scared. You have to figure out where you're at, and, what you were doing, who you were talking to, what you were saying. There are some times when I can kind of, um, if it's like a smaller one, then I can sometimes hide it because I'll go into one and I'll come out and the person that's talking to me is still talking. So I just continue like I was listening to them the whole time, try to figure out what they were saying, and then I go back to normal, and they have no clue. How long they last for, I have no idea. I'm guessing a couple seconds, but the other day I was at work, and I had one, and whenever I came out of it, I was sitting there petting the screen of my computer. I don't know what that was, but, they're starting to get bigger, and it's been scaring me, and it doesn't help being stuck in this damn house, by myself, and I just don't know what to do. So, anyways, I would love some feedback, and you guys have all been wonderful, and I will talk to you later.